Oh. Alrighty. Now we get. Yep, cool. Yeah. Hello? Oh, wait, no, that's just... Oh, that's what it was. Right here. Let's get this up before I forget.
Did you actually send me that?
Well, just now? I was setting stuff up. Does that count?
No.
Oh, okay. Then no, I did not say anything.
We'll keep malfunctioning, and I saw your thing turn green, but I didn't hear anything, so I thought maybe my headset was broken too.
Oh, you're fine. That's probably just my chair doing its eternal squeaking.
Probably.
Yeah, just fine. I will be interrupted at some point when food is delivered.
How rude.
I know. Just maybe it'll time out with an internet outage, so it'll work out fine. Who knows?
Noah, what are you doing?
Hello.
Hello. How we going?
Good. I realized I didn't do all my leveling up.
That's fine. We got time. I think. Color, you dinged, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I did everything successfully, and you looked at it and said it was okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how that went down. Welcome, Nick. How you doing?
Good.
That's good. You all leveled up? Yes? No?
I think.
Oh, you are? Cool. Oh, good. Let's have a look. So just to give a brief run over. Did you make sure Coronis leveled up? He gotta manage those skill points.
Let me see. Yes, he did.
Cool.
It's the have to familiar skill points are a bit weird since he has his own skill points and then the base ones from being a bird.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but it's fine. I think most people just got the stat increase. That's basically it for level 4. Did everyone roll HP? I think we did, but just double checking.
Yeah, I had a couple things just with the Heresy Inquisition.
Oh, yeah.
Get that Blessed Infiltration. Give me them rerolls.
Yeah. Gotta make sure they're useful.
They don't roll 5s, and that's it.
Yeah, like... I felt last session was a doozy just because, holy shit, we had so many bad rolls. It was so much more brutal than it needed to be. Oh, God.
If I didn't hit that last thing, I would have been dead.
Oh, yeah. You would have gone negative your full con, just been like... Oh. And then you play Coronis from there, right? He becomes awakened. You get to play as the bird. Alright. So, if everyone's ready, we can jump into it. Unfortunately, it is quite difficult to find the sound of a peaceful forest where there's a raging fire, so I'm just going to stick with this for the time being. Oh, it's... God dang it. I hate when it does that. It works well enough. The one. And good enough. Anyway. So, last session, you all dealt with the temple Hudazidi had made in his own image and glory and whatnot. Then you burnt down to the ground at the end, which is what matters. Fought through the minions. And came across several oddities amongst his... Well, in the place in general. Cattell was able to figure out that Hudazidi was in fact an Oni. Basically corrupted versions of the people that live in the region. And Cattell, what you also know about Oni is that while they are present in other areas throughout Tepremia, they are most prominent here in Anniversalia. Not really known why, it's just something that's happened. Beyond that, you guys finished off the session with most of the party very nearly dead and the temple slowly burning to the ground.
Which we did loot, though.
Yes, you got the loot out first. Among the loot, there was a couple magical things and one that no one was able to really figure out. Although I believe... What's that? Ignore that. NVIDIA did get some information about whatever this thing was.
You mean the ice shard?
Yes.
Yes, that did.
Yeah, that can probably wait until after everyone is conscious instead of just stable, though.
Right. Speaking of, I don't believe that I have any health potions. Cattell, can you heal people right now?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to check. Did you want to make that trade on Expand Inspiration for... Oh... Crap, I forgot what it's called.
I'll just leave it as I have it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know if you were aware of that in the first place, so I figured I may as well cover it for you.
I don't have any potions, I don't think. Do I roll like a...
Heal can help make sure everyone's going to stay alive while they rest, but it won't be able to bring them up on their own unless you have some serious skills.
know you're at least kind of doing okay there, Athos. Do you got any more healing in yet for Balder and Lynn? And yourself too, sorry.
Sadly, I expended all my healing energies previously.
Oh, got it. Okay. I could do I could check to see if Lynn has any more healing potions on her, but with a perception check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it continues.
Yeah. Does Lynn have any potions on her person?
We used all of them during all of that.
I'm not too surprised.
I'm sorry. I think that was mostly my fault.
Don't take the blame, it's all good. I mean, you blame the dice, but...
Gosh darn digital dice. Well, in that case, maybe let's at least try to get Lynn and Balder somewhere safe so we can rest and not get, burnt to a crisp.
Sounds like a good plan.
Just an FYI, Balder is 450 pounds.
NVIDIA, what is NVIDIA's pull? We can look this up, right?
Yeah.
NVIDIA can theoretically drag 350 pounds as weak as she is.
That's pretty impressive.
So yeah, I can. As long as Lynn isn't too heavy, we could carry Lynn, and then the three of us could probably drag Balder to wherever we need to go.
Actually, I took Ant Haul when I went into the building.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that should still be active.
So technically, I could carry Balder, right?
Well, you couldn't carry Boulder, but you can move him a lot more efficiently than everybody else. You can move Boulder while everybody else takes Lynn. And
That's fair.
Athos is probably best not to be carrying anybody lest his wounds open back up.
That is true.
We have a horse. We could put Lynn on the horse.
Fair.
And is all pretty tiny.
Alright, so using the horse, we'll get Lynn out of there, and then Gatel can get Balder while Athos trudges.
Yeah, you guys make a slow exit away from the burning building.
This feels more like a loss than it should be.
Agreed.
Coronis speaks up. It was a sacrifice that had to be made. The building was nothing more than a profane temple to that necromancer. It was best that it was destroyed.
It's really a temple if he's not a god, though.
It's more of a artistic sort of endeavor, right?
I suppose you can mourn the loss of architecture.
Is there any more undead sort of because I know we had sent some, or we weren't sure if there was some farther on the path. Can we tell if there's any undead farther along, or are we going to be safe now that Uziti's dead?
Anyone can give me knowledge religion on this one. Athos, you can roll twice. Alright, cool. So, Athos, what you do know about intelligent undead is that they will likely now have regained free will as their controller is dead. That being said, as undead, they kind of have this burning hatred for all things living, and these particular types of undead will keep their memories. they should theoretically know where settlements of people are, and they may seek them out. They'll effectively have lost their shackles, but a town like they shouldn't be able to overwhelm a town on their own. From Coronis' flight, you saw there wasn't too many more undead around the area, but at least another dozen or so.
Sadly, they will continue to be roaming around.
Oh, fantastic. I don't know if I'm quite ready to face more right now.
Fair enough.
Do you want to maybe try to hide somewhere in the woods off to the side where we had come from, as opposed to going down the path?
We did have a camp nearby. Right over there, actually.
Oh, yes. Mhm.
Although I don't have any healing magics and we don't seem to have any potions, I could attempt to do more mundane healing with a healer's kit.
That may be our best option at the moment, at least so that, we don't have to worry about Lynn or Balder.
Alright. I think it takes an hour to do it. Let me just read this up. Treat deadly wounds. Yep, 1 hour. I'll do it on Lynn first and then Balder.
I mean, I could roll to assist, although it won't be great.
It would be
Create
appreciated.
another. Oh, hey, look at that.
Better than me. And this will be for Balder.
All right. And we'll at least get enough for the aid another. That's all that matters. Did we lose our DM? He said he was going out.
Whoopsies.
There you go.
Sorry, I'm eating food as well, so I muted the mic.
No worries.
Yes, so for the first one, Athos and Nvidia are able to work together and manage to make sure that Lynn is nice and stable. Lynn, you heal 4 HP total. I think that gets you exactly on 1.
Yes.
Woo!
While you guys are able to not do any more damage to Boulder, you're not too well versed in healing giant cats, and it's a bit of a cut and go kind of thing.
As much as I like cats, I'm not a veterinarian. I'm sorry.
That's weird. People don't have one of those.
Can I go ahead and try to heal him?
If Athos won't let you use a healer's
I have
kit,
my
sure.
own.
Oh, that also works then. Yeah, definitely.
Shit. I'm just gonna roll it the lazy way.
It's fine. I trust that you guys are going to use your actual numbers and whatnot. It's not a big deal.
Ooh.
Very nice. So, you know Boulder well. You patch him up, and he heals. What is it? 4 plus your wisdom modifier.
Oh, so close.
What's your wisdom?
Oops.
Oh, you just took away the health.
Stop doing that. Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna do that,
All right.
and then I'm gonna do that. There we go.
Alrighty.
I was
That's
trying to
fine.
change it to negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good. Boulder's not doing too well, but he's doing better than before, that's for certain.
As long as he's stable.
Yeah. Everyone's doing well enough. Though you're still going to have to drag Boulder around if you want to try and fix him up anymore.
All right. Well. Okay. Well, at least now that we're all conscious, what's our next step from here?
Um,
I would like to make sure we give a proper burial to the hunter, and probably a somewhat proper burial to Hootaziti, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with you for the hunter.
Definitely for the hunter. I am not too set on Hootaziti. We could just let him
What's
drown
left
in the
of
holy water.
Hootaziti? Like I say, what's left of Hootaziti anyway?
Bones, basically just bones, and those are kind of also half dissolving inside of the fountain of holy water.
That counts as a burial.
Kind of. You guys took the ropes, so.
All right. Then yeah, let's take a moment, dig a grave for our hunter friend.
mhm.
And at least say last rites for Hootazini as well, as reprehensible as he is. Death comes to all of us, and we at least deserve some respect in that.
Okay, you do you.
Alright. You guys give a proper burial to the hunter and say a few quiet words and prayer for the past, for the now deceased. It is, and it's a solemn thing, but you know what you did in the end was right. So, are you guys going to try and rest in the little camp that you made up here last night, or kind of move further away from where the fire could spread?
We may want to go back kind of in the direction of the camp, but then just make sure that we're not getting too close to any more zombies or undead or anything like that.
Alrighty. So, you guys start making your way out of the forest, which does feel like whatever presence was here, whatever calling there was, has moved on. You don't feel like there's something lurking in the trees, as if those undead have abandoned this post, moved on to do whatever it is unshackled, intelligent undead do.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to get out to, well, the edge of the forest and the base of the foothills. Similar to where you originally found the entrance to this place. It's coming upon night now as you finally make your exit out, and you have yet to be attacked. So, what is the plan?
Well, make camp. Probably still want to put out some sort of watch for anybody who's able.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, keep going.
I just was thinking. Yeah, just rest. Try to get some of our health back and prepare for the next leg of the journey. Were we wanting to continue our way towards Tongjiang or go back to Anatharius?
regardless, we still haven't achieved our ultimate goal of trying to find Wuxian.
Or just at least information about Wuxian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the two locations that you did get information on, as Wuxian had been through, was Tangjiang and Yuandao, which is to the north of Anafaris.
Probably head to Torjan then.
Mm-hmm. 1 second here.
It is pretty far, however.
Sorry, what was that?
It is pretty far to go straight over there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It also will be forging your own path rather than following any trails, which is what you did to get down to Jekko, but it may be faster to simply return to Anafaris and then go to Tangjiang, but that's up to you guys.
We can also stock up if we go back to the city.
That's true. I did go through almost all of your potions, and I'm sorry about that. I'll buy you some more.
No, it's okay. That's what they're there for.
Also did acquire quite a bit of stuff here that we can pawn off.
We do have quite a bit of stuff. Speaking of, I don't know if you guys saw this, but we did pick up a ring and this sort of ice shard here. I do know a little bit more about this ice shard than maybe Cattell or Athos were able to pull from it. Sorry, I'm pulling up my the information that you
Yeah,
gave me.
you're all good.
Was this all the information that I know about it then?
That's all the information you know so far, yes.
Copy. Okay. So I know that this is called an unmelting ice shard. The ice shard holds and gains a number of charges each day equal to the highest level of spell cast into it by the wielder. Each ability of the shard consumes a number of charges equal to the level of the spell slot which would be required to make the ability function. Let's see. I know that it can be molded into a pair of fetters and manacles designed to fit any creature. They're basically the same as Masterworks, but it's a little bit harder for people to break out of it if we use those charges. If someone casts a spell that another cold-related spell, you get the rhyme spell meta magic effects that come from it. And by expending a first level spell slot into it as a charge, you can get the Frost special weapon ability onto any metal weapon that the shard touches. Then we also too, right?
Just as a quick note, you don't know what it's just called the Unmelting Ice Shard as a general thing. You don't actually know what this is. You can give it your own name if you want, because you don't think this is anything.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, this is just strange. This is a bizarre thing that shouldn't normally be able to be made, to the best of your knowledge.
So she's been saying this ice cube the whole time.
Yeah, that works.
And then we also got a ring, among a bunch of other stuff. But this was the ring that we got off of Hudazidi, right?
Yeah, you pulled it off of out of the water, exactly.
Okay. But basically, if any of us are going to be sort of acting as the face of the party, it will give us circumstance bonuses on diplomacy and intimidate checks to influence people that we are, or that people that see the ring. Also, just I don't know if the wearer can allow a willing creature to inspect the ring as a full round action. And if they do, for the following 3 rounds, the creature and the wearer can speak while the ring's power obfuscates the details of the conversation. To anybody else around us, it will the creature will, it would sound like a conversation about like a back and forth exchange about talking about the ring itself.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, that ring is so fancy. I know, it's made of the finest materials.
Yeah, but we could have a conversation about anything we want. That's just what it will sound like.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, sorry about that. My reading comprehension dipped for a minute there.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
So Lynn would like the ring. Color isn't super sure about it, but Lynn would like it.
I mean, yeah.
Unless anybody else wants it.
You can
I'm
take it.
pretty good at intimidating people on my own, so yeah.
Okay.
I think I have it. And then in regards to the ice cube, does anybody specifically want it? It seems like something maybe more up your alley, Cattell.
I mean, I'm very intrigued to study it more and use it, but I don't want to step on anyone's toes here.
No,
I think that if Baldur sees it, he will try to eat it.
we don't want ball. I can't imagine that being a good thing.
Might turn into a frost tiger.
He could, you never know what could happen.
Well, if nobody minds, then I can use it for now, and of course, I'm willing to share if anyone wants to use it some other time.
Sounds good to me.
I'm fine with that.
Coolio. You guys
Right.
are welcome to trade around loot anytime you want, though. Like, except like in the middle of combat for wearing things. Yeah.
Just throw in the ring.
Yeah. Hey, it could work.
I mean, yeah, there's a possibility.
Yeah.
I don't trust my rolls at this point. but yeah.
Exactly. Like, Athos jumps up to try and do something, rolls a nat 1. It's like, god damn it. I don't want to punish people for for trying to creative things, but the dice sure as hell are.
All right. There we go. And then we got a bunch of other stuff. It may be more worth it to sell it unless we want to get high on Flayleaf, but I would rather keep my cognition. But just so we know, we do have to split 4 ways: 7,000 copper, 5,850 silver, 1,350 gold, and 24 platinum.
For reference, that 7,000 copy is worth 70 gold.
Yeah,
It's very depressing. Yeah.
Do we want to have just a party fund, or do we want to keep it separate for now?
I
That's
think
just
it's
splitting
both.
it 5 ways. The 5th can be a party fund for things that may be essential, such as healing potions, and if we can get it, a certain healing one.
Copy that. That's not a bad idea. Are we good for splitting it 5 ways?
I'm fine with
Sure.
that. Just tell me how much that is for me, because I don't want to do math.
All right, everybody take 1,400 copper pieces. Where's my thing?
Once again, guys, don't worry about coin weight itself. It's not a big deal, except for like the looting phase of getting it in the first place. In the middle of a burning building, you know?
This is on a credit card.
Yeah, we use
We
credit
have-
sticks.
everyone take 1,170 silver pieces. By the way, Athos, do you want to be in charge of the party funds?
If you'll let me.
Yeah, I'll let you. I mean, it's not up to me. Everybody else okay with Athos being in charge of party funds?
Sure.
All right. Then everybody gets 270 gold pieces. I haven't seen this much gold, I think, in my entire life. This is kind of mind-numbing, mind-blowing. And then, ooh. Everybody gets 4 platinum pieces, and then I think what is there one extra?
That leaves 8.
Party friend then.
I think we each get 5, and then 4 goes to the party.
Oh,
fund.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot how much stuff there was just there that's completely not worthless, but tedious.
Yeah, there are a couple just miscellaneous bullshit things that I wanted to claim.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who uses arrows, so I was just going to take all of the arrows and then the tools.
What were the tools?
The fleshing tools.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, since I've been taking all the spell charms, I figured I would just take the rest, unless anybody wanted one to look at, could tell.
No.
Okay. And then also the pocketed scarf, because I'm fancy and I like pockets.
Go right ahead.
And the cold weather outfit, because I was the only one who didn't get one, because I have my tiger coat.
Go right ahead.
And then the Beachelbane kukri, which I kind of already grabbed.
Yep.
And then a pair of gold bangles, because I'm a pretty girl and I like gold jewelry.
Okay.
And then the fur comb for Balder.
Yep.
And then master at grinding studded leather, also for Balder.
That will need to be fitted to him, though.
Yeah, well, he has other armor in the meantime, at least.
Oh, yeah.
Balder's wearing armor?
Yep.
Yeah.
Armored tiger.
I'm just saying, I think it's cool.
Composite longbow, but I'm not strong enough to use that, so I'm gonna cross that off my list. And then I don't think there's any point in Balder having the pollen paws. He's the only one who has animal paws, but I don't really see the point in covering his tracks. Unless you guys do.
That could be for something later. Like, it doesn't. We don't need it right now, but that seems like something we may want to have if we have to stealth somewhere.
Okay, I'll hold on to them for him.
Yeah. I can't imagine tigers are that common around here, and if somebody knows about us, it may be good to cover those tracks specifically.
Well, actually, tigers. He specifically, Boulder's species isn't that common, but there are a lot of large white tigers which inhabit the area. They're
Got it.
more common further south, but felinids often make bonds with them and use them as companions, similar to Lynn.
Have that.
And then the only other thing, I'll take any scrolls that anybody else doesn't want, but you guys have first dibs on those because I don't really care too much about them. I just don't want them to go to waste.
Actually, I have an idea. If Athos is keeping track of the banking, Lynn, do you want to keep track of the items that we are going to either sell or keep? And then if there's anything specific that we want to focus on, we can ask you to have them?
Yeah.
Because I think that would probably be the easiest at this point, right?
Okay. I can do this.
Believe in you.
Anybody have any objections to that?
No.
Okay.
I just need you guys to also claim all of the things that you want to claim from the past few sessions. Because there's still a bunch of things on there that I haven't really...
Mm-hmm. I think most of that we put on the horses with the idea that we were going to sell a good portion of it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the plan for a bunch of the stuff.
Things like the scrolls, I definitely think we should keep. You never know when we're gonna need some of those things. Tanglefoot bag, we're definitely going to keep. Kittel may want that. This maybe just one spear keep, because that could be a good opening. You know, just have a little volley, something. Maybe not actually.
No, you guys also have javelins, which both are like equally good for throwing at people. One's just better in melee.
And we also have those snow goggles, which I could see coming out to something that would help a lot.
Okay, I will go through that either after this session or tomorrow, and then if you guys need to change anything, you can let me know.
No worries. If we end up going back to the city, we can sort of decide on what we want to, what we end up keeping and what we want to sell.
I'll take a bigger play leaf if you don't mind.
Okay.
Do you want the hookah as well?
Sure.
Selling the hookah, it's worth 400 gold. I'm kidding. You can have it if you want.
400 gold. We're selling that.
Right? Yeah.
It's so much more expensive than I thought, honestly. Is that the right one? That might be the wrong one. It is the wrong one.
Okay. I think we're good for the moment. Are we all doing okay? Nobody's dying and not telling us?
Did we rest?
I think we're going to be in the process of resting.
Yeah,
I
this
just
is
kind
all
of figured we were conversation
Yeah.
we had while making camp.
Yeah, Balder is still not, but once we rest, we'll be fine.
I'm kind of not alright, but your light went up and
I mean,
go.
don't
Yeah,
take-
I feel much better.
I was gonna say, don't take this the wrong way, but you look terrible. Like, I'm worried about you.
Nothing a bit of faith can't heal,
That's true.
and a lot of drugs.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, if a lot of you want to rest, I can take first watch tonight. I know Cattell usually likes taking last watch, so.
Alright.
For the injured few, I mean, do we want to give them relief from watch?
Yes. I am also injured.
Can tell you get all 4 watches. Congratulations.
You are the least injured. You're taking all of the watches.
Don't worry, Cronus can help you.
Yeah.
There you go.
You guys can do that if you want. It's just, Cattell will be very tired the next day.
That no, I wouldn't do that to Cattell. Well, if you don't mind me sleeping in a little bit, yeah, we can do a longer watch so Athos and Lynn get a full night's sleep and don't have to worry about anything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I will remind you guys, if you want, you can use the heal skill for long-term care, which basically, if someone stays up all night tending to the wounded, they can heal them double the amount of health they would normally recover.
I'm not great at healing people. Like, I know I'm also,
Not doing the best.
a divine.
I mean, I can't do that on myself.
You just told me to stay up all night healing Balder.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised that is an option.
I mean, if you want to stay up all night healing Balder, I mean, I could at least give you assistance for like part of the night, but then I do have to sleep because I'm also dying.
Yeah, sleep is good for the soul. I would know.
I'm assuming I can't. I'm assuming I can't do that all night for myself.
No, you can't. You have to be asleep in order to benefit from it.
My bad.
So no, you can't long-term care yourself. Coronas could long-term care if you had limbs that were useful.
Damn it! Should have got the monkey.
Yeah, should have gone for the monkey.
They said it's 4 plus my whiz.
Dang.
Yep, 4+ wisdom in heal. That's if you do deadly wounds, which you're going to do once per day, but that could be for tomorrow. Long-term care is they just heal double the normal amount, so their level plus their con modifier times 2. So for Bold, it's like 12 HP overnight.
He's at 11. He's awake and he's alive, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
Alright, I went and just assumed that we were. I would give those 5 hit points.
Aye, everyone gets the HP as needed, gets their level up as appropriate, and thankfully, you guys decide to camp outside of the creepy cursed forest that now has undead running around in it. So, you guys are fine. The watches go
Let's
by
get
pretty
HP.
uneventfully. Sorry?
Sorry, how much do we
Let's
heal?
get my HP when I was up all night.
You do not recover HP if you're up all night.
Okay, I didn't think so.
You heal your level plus your constitution modifier.
Oh yeah, -2.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, for some reason I thought you were saying your constitution was -2.
Oh god.
Oh dear, it's down.
I mean,
that's a bold risk to take at character creation.
well, you see, constitution applies to no skill checks, therefore it's a dump stat.
It's just the most important skill check, which
Fair
is
point.
being alive. Like,
Nah, you're fine.
You only need 1 HP.
Exactly. You get 1 HP per level if you have a -5 con mod, it's fine.
If you keep on raising your AC, that's all you ever need.
Yeah, just never be caught by any AoE ever.
Or have evasion.
Poke evasion.
Yeah, you take levels in Inquisitor and Rogue just so you can get evasion and Stalwart.
Oh, for a second I thought you were saying that because you were saying Inquisitors get evasion. I'm like, no, they don't, right?
No. There might be an archetype.
Oh, I'm sure an archetype, yes. There's pretty much every class has an archetype that gets evasion.
Yeah, everything has something.
Okay. Good morning. Sorry I slept in if everybody else is already up.
Good morning.
How's Baldur doing?
He is much better.
Oh, that's good.
I could use a nap, but Baldur's good.
Well, if we continue forward, I think we have room on the horse for you to ride.
Only if you're sure.
If you guys don't mind walking today, as we go forward, I know we've been riding before. Maybe you just, take a day.
So I was
It's
Cattell
my
up
own
all night.
fault.
I wasn't up all night, right? I was up part of the night.
No, you guys
Yeah,
have taken a...
Between Nvidia, Coronis, and Cattell, we've kind of evened it out.
Yeah. It took a bit longer than usual just to make sure everyone was getting their full rest, but it's still early enough in the morning that you guys can make a full day's travel easily.
Copy that.
Or you could sleep, because sleep is cool.
Well, we do have a time limit, so we should at least be moving. We just may move a little bit slower today.
Well, I'll be preparing my spells with a lot of heals.
May not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Although, having fought the undead for a little while, I feel like I may have a little something for them if we find some more.
Alrighty. So everyone who wants to go ahead and do healing spells and whatnot, go ahead.
This will be for Baldur.
Oh, thank you.
And Fulton. And that'll be everything.
All
Okay.
good.
Excuse me, sorry.
Alrighty. So, if you guys are going to begin your traveling today, where are you going to be going?
Did we want to head back to Anatharius then?
Yeah, I think that would be best.
Now we can at least take the road to Tongjiang and, you know, take care of some of this extra material that we don't need.
Alrighty. So, if you guys are going to begin the trek back, who feels like rolling me a d8? I will require 3 of them.
I'll roll one. Sorry, one. That was good, right?
We will find out. In appropriate order. 5 was good, don't worry.
I think that means 3 was not.
Oh. You guys begin your steady travel back to Anatharius. And for the most part, you guys walk through unused areas that neither people nor bandits have attempted to claim. Occasionally you'll find some wild animals and the like. But ultimately, your travel is very calm and peaceful. You come across a few houses every here and there as you get closer to Anatharius, but they're simple farming villages that offer you no trouble, but seem keen on having none themselves. Ultimately, you do manage to get to Anatharius without any significant issues.
Oh, thank goodness. Make it there same day?
This is 3 days travel.
Cool, so we can heal up a little bit then, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm assuming I actually get some rest this time.
On the basis you don't stay up all night tending to Baldur, yes.
Well, that he's alive, we're good.
If it makes it go any quicker, the second day we would all be on horseback, I believe, except for Lynn, who'd be in tiger form, so I don't know if that would help us get there any faster.
I already was accounting for that. Normally
Okay,
it's 96 miles a day, or so 24 miles a day, something like that. You guys got there in pretty decent time after the first day of walking around.
Copy. Okay.
Alrighty, and I'll throw you back onto that map.
Okay. Everybody do their healing for those 3 days. On like day 2, could I get a heal from you, Athos?
Sure.
Just
Oh, yeah,
like day
I still
2
want
at some
to.
point. You know what? That's all I needed to get back to full health, so I appreciate it. Thank you for the 5.
These others will be for anyone that needs it.
Thank you. I only needed 3, so I'm happy.
Everyone's nice and healthy again. See, who needs wands that are super convenient? Yeah, you guys are coming through the south gate, but not too much of a problem regardless.
Okay.
So,
As we go through the south gate, could I use Ears of the City to see if there's been any new information that's come through about the whole Wuxian situation?
you may, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just gonna click on it real quick.
Is it? Alright, you have 4 separate rolls you can make with it, yeah. Yeah, so go ahead as you cast your mind into the city to hear the conversations of people.
Was it diplomacy checks?
Diplomacy or perception as the spell allows.
Oh yeah, that's right, perception. That's what we're doing.
The part of the reason people take this spell.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you said 4 different ones?
Yep. You can use them about different topics if you like.
Okay, in that case, I'll use the 17. Or should I just roll them all, or should I say what I'm
Say what you want for each one of them, so then we can figure it out.
Yeah. Okay, so for the 17, that would be my first thing. Is I want to know if there's been any updates about NVIDIA, about Wuxian, and anything going on in regards to that whole situation.
Yep. Alright. So, as you begin to listen through the streets of the city, the news about Wuxian is less about Wuxian herself, more that there have been those spirited ones who have left, perhaps to hunt her or to join her cause. People,
got some competition.
Yeah. People have left to either assist in whatever plan she has, or to go ahead and take them down, because a 5,000 gold bounty is more than almost anybody in the city will have seen in their life.
Got it. Okay. So, not much new has happened then. It's just people are leaving.
Yeah, people getting ready and leaving to do whatever they're doing involving her.
Okay.
Any particular direction that they're going towards?
Can't pick that up.
You can with another one, easily enough. Do you want it to be a second?
I'm gonna throw that out there with the 16. I'm looking for see where those people who are wanting to join her, where are they leaving?
Yeah. So,
In which
there
direction?
is a good portion of people, it seems like one of the common consensus is just to head out in all directions in the hopes of finding them, but a couple have decided that it may be best to visit the Church of the Many, believing that there are those who may worship Bang Hang, and from there they may be able to connect to someone who's fighting for, if in their minds, a righteous cause.
I guess my third role is that working? Are they able to find someone through that?
Toss it in there then.
Let's do it. Ooh.
Very nice. So, what you guys can learn about what's happening at Church of the Many, there isn't too many people who would actually seem to know about the location of Wuxian, but there have been some that have been directed to Yundao, as it was the place most recently visited by Wuxian, and with the support there, there's a chance that they may be in contact with her or aiding her in some fashion. As well as the Church of Banhang there was basically built after her intervention.
In Yuandao.
Yuandao, the one to the north of Enfarius.
That's the one that everything went swimmingly when she came in.
Yeah, basically.
Cool. Okay. Then fourth one is going to be listening for the pulse of the city to see if things are starting to get riotous or out of control, or if things are still kind of at a stalemate.
Yep, okay.
All right, and if anybody needs like more information about other things, we can do it at another day as well.
Alright. You cast your mind into the city once more to hear the feelings of the people. And while there is some who seem eager for this fight, there are many who simply are anxious about what is to come. Most people, the general feel of the city is that there's a great concern over what is to come, as it will likely decide the fate of this place. People are on edge.
Got it. Okay, I'm going to relay all the information that I learned, or try to learn, to the rest of the party then. So it would seem things are not too different from when we left it, although tensions are rising, as can be expected.
Better be quick about this.
We do have competition going out in search of her, and we wouldn't want to be one of the last, to find her. Or maybe we do. Right. Well, then, do we want to... What time of day is it as we get into the city?
You guys be arriving around midday or so.
Do we want to take some of the stuff that we found and go ahead and sell it?
I've got a list of everything that I think we're selling in general. If you guys want to take a quick look at it and make sure I didn't miss anything. Or rather, add something to it that you guys want to keep.
What were the soft paw boots again?
Boots are designed for cat folk to wear to help them sneak around.
Okay, so Tiefling can't wear it.
You could try.
Nah.
Yeah, it would not really fit the shape of human or tiefling feet.
Fair enough, fair enough. I don't think... Well, actually, how about that skeleton key? We may want that skeleton key.
I have one.
Oh, you have one? I'll keep the skeleton key, though, just in case, if we end up needing a second one for infiltration. But other than that... I'm pretty okay with selling everything else. Do you want anything in that list, Catal?
Not particularly.
Seeing either the Trollbane Blanche or the things like that. Some of the alchemy stuff.
Would you want the Masterwork Rapier?
Better to have more weapons, I suppose.
Oh, it's entirely up to you. I don't know if you have a Masterwork weapon or not, that's all.
We got the +1 with the level up.
Yeah, that needs to be applied to a Masterwork weapon of some variety.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Only Masterwork and other finely made weapons are capable of bearing enchantments.
Okay. I took work rapier and I'll take the troll bane blanche.
Excuse me. Alright.
I'll actually make a list of all the loot and stuff later. I just wanted to get as much down for the sell as I could.
For sure.
That's all good.
And sorry.
I was just gonna say, while we're here, at some point, I want to get Baldur's new armor fitted to him.
Maybe we make a trip. Yeah, make a trip to the market, try to sell everything that we have, and get Baldur kitted up. We also want to use some of the maybe the party funds for
Some
potions.
and pearls.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea. Alrighty. So, for most of the stuff, are you guys happy to just not try and haggle any of it out and just sell it off as usual?
I mean, are
I'll
they giving us good prices?
If you don't haggle, they give you the default prices. If you want to get better prices, you can haggle if you really want to.
Are the default prices, what, 75% or?
50% of things value, typically.
What role would that be?
That would be roleplay.
Roleplay, yeah.
If you guys want to do a bloody shopping session, I won't complain. We can do it.
We have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's why I'm just saying, it's like, I won't force on you. There's a lot of bullshit there.
Step right as here's a coat of the finest goods that will ever enter this town.
If you want to do it, go with the diplomatic route, I could try threatening people into buying things. I'd be good at that.
I can back you up.
We'll have the good shopkeeper, bad shop.
12.
Yeah.
Intimidate.
Do you think you're gonna make it out of this city alive if you don't buy a good spear? Do you really think that you're gonna be okay?
I also put on my tiger face.
True.
It's like a +2. Not my actual tiger face, but I have a battle mask that will add.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
I just have a bonus from Scarred Legion that Inquisitors get with teamwork feats.
If I
Does
put my
that-
mask on, I get a +14 to my intimidate rolls. I love it.
Plus 14?
Yeah.
Total,
Dang.
not bonus from the mask.
Oh.
Yeah,
I thought it was like
Jesus.
plus whatever, plus the 14.
No,
I was like,
plus
holy
14
crap.
total.
Okay. I was gonna be like, damn, son. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Dim?
If you want, just say you can go for Armin. I don't really care what you want to say for calling me whatever. It doesn't matter too much. What was I saying? Something along the lines of it's a dumb thing, but battle masks completely worth it.
Mm.
Oh, and
Like,
I
look
think
like a tiger, but I'm not a tiger.
yeah.
Ooh.
Does Scarred Legion give you the bonus when you're not standing next to other people?
It does, because it's a teamwork feat that you get as long as you're with other people.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's a
couldn't-
teamwork
yeah.
feat.
I remember that, but it's correct when it's thing activated. Because it's funny if you stand more than 10 feet away and you're no longer scary.
Yeah, the whole idea is that what is it? Hold up, let me pull it up. It has specifically. Actually, no. You just get a +2 bonus because you're scarred. It's the bonus to saves if you're next to somebody.
Yeah, that's right. That's all good.
Yeah. As long as I'm next to any of my party, I get the +2 bonus to will saves.
Yeah, that's all
Because
good.
they don't need to have it. It's just, fun
Well, if
teamwork
there are
feat.
any teamwork feats that you're interested in that other people need to have?
Well, that's the cool thing about Inquisitors is y'all don't have to have them. I just get the benefit.
Oh, well. I automatically give mine to Baldur, so.
If you guys want to take Outflank together.
I had to wait for Outflank until the next couple levels, I think.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. You pick what you
I don't
want.
get my next one till 6th.
Yeah,
True.
it's baffling to hear that there's like two people that use teamwork feats in the same party.
Right? And like neither of them rely on the other person.
Exactly.
So kind of funny.
It's beautiful. Anyway, you're gonna say?
Oh, if we were to just take the 50% on most of this, what are we looking at money-wise? Gold-wise?
Good question. All the stuff that has value associated with it is worth its whatever value is listed, but the rest of it involves a lot of looking shit up and finding it out, because it's all just like generic value for that stuff. Like padded armor is worth not much. Short bows are worth like I think 30 gold maybe.
Not even.
Yeah.
Short bow is like some goofy like 15 gold or something like that.
Yeah, it's we can sort that out kind of quickly if you guys want, or we can haggle we can haggle off certain things if you really want. Like the longbow is actually worth like 300 or something for base value.
300 if it's plus 2.
Yeah.
I wish I could use it, but I wouldn't be able to. I'm too weak.
You, what the point here is, you look like a fine marksman. Gaze upon this bow, the finest craftsmanship. You can tell, I can tell, know that you know fine craftsmanship when you see it.
Look, man, we can do this. I'm not gonna complain.
Sorry, it's more that's up to the what everybody else wants to do too.
Oh, yeah.
We did a bunch of time.
Also, yeah, I think padded armor is like listed down there a couple times because a bunch of people wear padded armor because they were peasants. They cost a gold.
Yeah, I tried to stack it if I came across duplicates, but
Yeah, you're all good.
it was also something I threw together in like 3 minutes.
It's fine. Because that is something you guys did like figure out pretty quickly. A bunch of them just seem to be people that were taken and turned into undead. The ones that were obviously more skilled in combat were pretty easy to identify by their armor and their weaponry.
Okay, well, do we want to just take the easy way out a little bit?
I don't mind.
Fine with simplifying this.
Can I just roll for diplomacy on the hookah and then the other thing, the longbow? Because I think those were the only really expensive ones.
The only
Tiger eye necklace.
yeah, that stuff has a bit of value to it, like the
It
rugs.
was 400.
Yeah.
I just mean the stuff that was over like 200 or 3.
Yeah.
Alright. So I want to just cut out a bunch of the chaff. Alrighty. So I'm just going to start spitting out like prices for a bunch of things if you guys want to keep track of it. And the total for that.
Are you spitting out the prices that we'd be getting for them? Or
Yeah, I'll
we
spit
have
out
to-
the prices we'll get for them.
Okay,
Okay.
do you want to just go down the list that I gave in order?
Yeah, that's the
For you.
plan.
Then I'll just add it as you go.
I just need to find... There it is.
And then are you going to be just doing like for one? So like one javelin and then I'll multiply it by 8?
If you want to do it like that, sure.
Okay, that works for me.
Alrighty. Where is it? Is that not here? No, it's not there. Whoops. So Winter Bite is worth 10 gold when sold. Padded armor is worth a whopping 2.5 gold when sold. Regular short bows are worth 15 gold when sold. And I think that's heavy armor. Iron, yep. Iron lamellar is worth 100 gold when sold. A heavy steel shield is at where are we there? 10 gold when sold. Warhammers are 6 gold. Javelins are a gold a piece, so 5 silver when sold. The backpack, if it was masterwork, is worth 50 gold, and I would actually suggest keeping that just because they're kind of useful.
I'll keep the masterwork backpack then.
Yeah. It adds a +1 effective strength for carry capacity, but it weighs 2 more pounds.
Absolutely take it then.
Yeah. It's actually not beneficial on very low strength characters because the additional weight of the masterwork backpack outweighs the benefit. It's really dumb.
Oh, never.
Keep an eye on that. I don't know what it is for you.
As a low strength,
yeah, it's just something easy. Kukris are worth 4 gold each. A masterwork survival kit is 50 gold. The chili bushels, did I give a value on those?
it was like
Did
10
actually
gold,
rate it.
something like that.
Yeah. Then that is what they actually sell for physically. You guys can sell them off to like a local inn or whatnot. Nice spicy food for a little while. Masterwork lever lamellar is 105 gold when sold. The composite longbow is 300 gold when sold. 150 gold when sold. The glaive is 154 gold when sold. The traveler's outfit is worth nothing, as it is tattered and ruined by the wear of being a zombie. Oh god, balancing pole.
Hey, you're the one who put it in there.
This is what they had on them.
I don't know if you wanted zombie strippers or...
No. This is more like, tightrope walkers. You gotta be entertaining somehow. Come on. The balancing pole is worth 4 silver, but you could use it as a 10-foot stick if you want, so you can poke around for traps. 10 pieces of chalk is worth a total of 5 copper.
I'm not including some of these in my total.
Probably a good idea.
These are processing fees that we're gonna have to pay.
Yeah. Alrighty. Thunderstones. Thunderstones are worth 15 gold apiece when sold. Cold weather outfit. Was that one claimed, or is this like the unclaimed one?
We got 5 total, and Baldur doesn't need one.
Okay. Oh, good. Alright, that's worth 4 gold when sold. 2 more sets of padded armor, so another 2.5 gold each. The Defiant Animal level armor we can come back to because that is magical and worth quite a bit of money. The Masterwork Buckler is worth 75 gold. The Spears worth 1 gold each when sold. The Soft Paw Boots are worth 25 gold when sold. Frost Spore. You guys recognize this as a poison. It is worth.
Del, do you want?
Welcome to keep it if you do want. You guys identified it, so I can actually give you the stats if you'd like.
Sure. Throw 'em at us.
It's an ingested or injury poison. Save DC 13. Frequency once around for 6 rounds. Whoever fails the save takes 1d6 cold damage and is staggered for 1 round. Requires 2 saves to cure. It is worth 50 gold when sold.
Val, do you want it?
I mean, we might as well keep it because worst case scenario, if I have no use for it, we can sell it later.
True enough. Yeah, it's basically a patch of mold that you can rub onto a weapon and shoot at people if you want.
Gross. Okay.
Nice.
Alright, let's keep going.
Is there a difference between just regular flay leaf and mature flay leaf?
There is, but not price-wise. It's just the strength of the drug. Yeah. They need to be dried first, but that doesn't matter too much. Let me find Flayleaf.
Let's find some kids and... Hey, kids.
Hey, kids, you want some drugs? This is technically a black market item.
I mean, I'm not against the black market.
Fair enough.
You, man. As long as you're not forcing other people to take it, I'm all on board.
We'll actually come back to the Flayleaf a bit later. Because that is an item that most people will not just outright buy.
I'll take the other bit.
The jewelry can also be sold, and that stuff has their straight value. The hookah is worth 200 gold when sold, but that once again falls to black market items. Same for the mage site.
Hey, why who is that a black market item, right? I mean, it is, but ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it can be used without drugs. That's not actually too difficult. It's just most common that people don't use it for that, and owning one is not frowned upon, but worth questioning. Like, the laws around these parts aren't too strict, but buying a straight up hookah off of someone just walking around the streets, probably don't want to be selling to those people.
The jade rings, were those 30 gold a piece?
Yes. Because all the rest of that should have its outright value there. You guys can sell off the necklace for 150, the rings for 30 each, so 90. The 4 robes for a total of 200. Same with the rugs. Because thankfully in Enepharis there is a few affluent individuals who are willing to pay this kind of stuff.
The bear robes were 500 total.
Yeah.
Alright.
And Athos claimed the high quality soju. But you guys can sell off the weak sauce stuff.
Alrighty. I have a number for us if we want to hear it.
Okay.
This would come out to a total of 2,165 gold and 5 silver.
Are we going to divide that by 5?
I believe so. We all want to continue our divisory practice?
I assume so.
So everyone
let's
gets
just
one
do-
silver.
Yeah, everyone gets 1 silver. And then 433 gold.
Alright. So, you guys can cross off what you did sell from that list, which is basically everything at the top.
Yeah, I think the only thing we were holding on to were the black market items.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Lily,
the...
mage sight and the magic armor.
Yep.
So I'll put those on the list.
Because, well, people like decorations. Magical armor is a different kind of story. So, with the stuff that you guys do have left, what is the plan for that? Not bother and move on, or figure something out now?
I'm not worried about it right now.
Yeah, let's go ahead and maybe just hold on to it, and then we can take care of it maybe later. Who knows? Maybe it'll come up as being useful.
Alrighty, you guys held off to various vendors and the like. Even managed to sell off one of the rugs to the owner of the first Oxen Inn. So now you get,
Oh,
yeah, a nice bear rug for the entryway.
that's cool.
Don't make me add that in though.
You're walking, where's the bear rug?
Yeah. It's in his room, obviously. Duh.
And then I think we need to stock up over here too.
Yes. We're gonna need to buy some potions.
Yes.
Alrighty. So, what do you guys want to get other than potions? Just as curiosity more than anything else.
I think I pretty much just want scrolls and potions of cure light wounds.
What type of scrolls do you want?
Cure light wounds.
Scrolls of Cure Light Wounds, got it. Okay.
Yeah. Scrolls and potions.
Mm-hmm.
I assume they don't sell a wand of cure light wounds here.
That might be good too.
You guys can gather information checks if you would like to try and figure out which stores might sell what kinds of items. But anyone else can give me a knowledge local check as well to figure out like some general idea about the region as is.
Perception can be used for gather information, right?
Only on Ears of the City.
Right, okay, so just once.
Yeah. Alright. We'll cover knowledge local first. Does anyone else want to roll that? It's all good regardless. Just check them. Because I know Cattell has that one ability lets her roll any of them. Oh, there you go. Alright. So, for the knowledge local, Cattell, what you do know about Anviselia, and kind of in turn Anafarius, is that there isn't any formal magical institutions that teach mages such as wizards alike. There are sorcerers and other innate casters that can be found throughout the place, but typically a good majority of magic or magical items are imported from other countries, and they can be found relatively easily in the northeast of Anviselia, where there's heavy trade routes and the like. So low-level stuff you should be able to find with a bit of luck, but otherwise finding magical equipment is going to be quite difficult.
Okay. And I will relay that to the party so they all know.
Okay.
Oh, good. And for the gather information, what is everybody looking for specifically? We'll start with Lynn, because she's got the first roll there.
I'm looking for a place that I can buy wands or other magical items, like scrolls, but preference on wands.
Alrighty. Is anyone else picking something different from that?
No, I'd be looking for the same thing actually.
Alrighty, let's get up the notes.
You know, I'll search for kind of like the more back alleys for someone who might accept a bit of the hookah and whatnot.
Alrighty. Cool. So, Lynn, as you and Nvidia are kind of searching around together to try and find anyone who'll sell you useful items, when the subject of what specifically you're after, do you go with like healing wands? Alright. I tell you that there isn't really too much in that kind of way, but there's the potion maker off her by Troll Watch. He's a bit out of, he's a bit crazy, they say.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, if you know anyone who does a lot of traveling, such as like the markets in the center of town, they probably will have something along those lines, but they come in and out by the day, so it's anybody's guess if they've got what you're actually after. Beyond that, you might get lucky at the Church of the Many. They do sell healing services. Sometimes they might have wands. That's what you're able to just gather in general.
Got it.
And Avos, you go around and you ask a few people, like the back alley sort where they get their kinds of deals, and the one that's most prominent is a bunch of them say that the old wall barracks. You talk to a guy there, and he might be able to give you some directions.
Good to know.
And we'll get that revealed on the map. And that one.
Where is it?
So the bottom right for the alchemist store, and the old world barracks are in the bottom left, or just kind of the left area. The old world barracks and monster melters and alchemicals.
All right. Do we want to go to maybe the potion guy first?
Sure.
Okay, let's keep it simple. Grab ourselves a few potions just before we stop.
Alright. Who's going to be going to this? Everybody or just some of the party?
I'm going.
I'll be going with you.
Tell will go too.
Does Athos want to head off in search of drugs on his own?
Sure, why not?
He's got coronas. You'll be fine. Alright.
I have.
So you guys head off over to the bottom right of the city. Pretty close to the entrance, actually, there is a very, we'll say, worn stone building. This place looks like it's in good repair, but there is numerous scorch marks all over it, seemingly from outside and in. A steady stream of smoke seems to always be coming out of the several chimneys over the place.
Well,
That's foreboding.
Would you like to head on in?
No time like the present.
Optimistic.
Alright. You guys get ready to head on in. Alright. You walk inside, and the place is kind of a mess. There's all different sorts of bottles and vials around the place. Nothing on the ground shattered or like, but it looks less like a store, more like someone's collective junk just piled up in several places with price tags strewn about. You can see off in the back corner is a Kitsune man. And he turns to face you. And we'll just get up the image of this man.
Beautiful.
There is a thick layer of smoke surrounding him and the rest of the store. But he shakes away, puts his fingers over top of what looks to be an active fire, and just puts it out very gently. Ah! Customers! How might I be able to help you today? Are you in need of some bombs? How about some trollbane? Or what else? I have plenty of things I'm willing to test out on any of the local wildlife, and I am glad to provide for you. I hope it didn't cut out for all of that.
No, we heard you.
Okay, cool.
Take this, Lynn.
Hello. We are actually just here to see if we can get some healing ingredients from you. Is that something that you might have in stock?
I have a great many things in stock. I might have a few of the healing items around here. Are you sure I couldn't interest you in some alchemist fire? Or some, grenades have been a little bit popular over here and there. Takes a lot of work to make those.
That's not my specialty, so I'd rather avoid dabbling in it. Plus, I have a tiger, and man, he just gets into everything if I don't watch him.
Understandable. These wild animals, they can be quite precarious. You gotta make sure you keep them in line. I do, in fact, have some. Where do we have it? He looks around behind the counter. He pulls something out. It looks to be some kind of spray bottle. You push this. You spray out the nose. Gets them right in line. Works on wild ones too.
You know, I'll consider it. While I'm thinking about that, would you mind looking for those healing items?
Oh, yes. If you... So does I. There we are. Right. I have some in stock. I can always develop it more. I personally keep them on low supply demand because... there are more important things to build and try out. Much more fun things to work with.
Yeah, of course.
So, if you'd like, you can make an order. But for the moment, I have these two fine specimens. You'll pull out 2 bottles and put them on the table. Wait. Which one was poisoned? Probably not. Anyway.
While those do look very intriguing, I was thinking about something more along the lines of maybe some wands or even scrolls.
I do keep a few of those around just for my own personal needs. Sometimes, you don't want to make sure you don't want to go through your own book and have all this stuff on the side, but I suppose I can have a look around. Though, those are more for my own personal stock, so you understand if there's a bit of a charge on it and all.
Yes, of course.
Very well. I shall return. Do not steal anything. Must juice of much of it will explode. Normally gets him.
You noted.
He moves off into a back room, and you hear some faint swearing and muttering over in the back.
Oh.
If you guys want to do anything while you wait, you're welcome to. Or you can just skip over it.
I'm gonna keep politely looking at the bottle that he handed me. So do you think I'm interested in it?
What's the inside of the shop look like? Are things kind of locked up away, or are they just kind of like...
No, they're just thrown about all over the place. Nothing seems well guarded. It seems like it is a very intentional mess that is difficult to sort through. If you wanted, you probably could take something, and it would be hard for anyone to actually notice. But the line, it may explode on you, is a little bit concerning, and you know enough about chemicals that that's entirely possible.
I'm going to look around and... So it's mostly ingredients and, like, potions, or do they have... I'm looking for a formula alembic. I don't know if he would carry something like that.
There is a bunch of alchemical items as well as potions. He seems to dabble in a bunch of that kind of stuff. How much would one of those alembics set you back? Just as I have a general idea, because he may have it.
Question. I think 100 gold?
Oh, sorry, I found it. Oh, okay. I see what that one is. Cool. You can give me a perception check if you would like.
Ooh, if you let me know what you're looking for, I can also look for it.
Might be a good idea.
Give you a hand.
Yes.
There you go.
Woo.
Alright, Len, you look around for this basically distilling device that you could tell has pointed out that she's kind of interested in. And you see off in one of the side rooms as the alchemist walks back out is indeed what she's after. Right. So, I did find a few things sitting around in the back. No wands. I don't typically keep those on hand. Some gels typically, but no wands. Anyway, I do have a couple of these scrolls. They've seen their use. I've already copied them down as need be. Plenty of people come through with these sorts over time. I mean, only roughly half of them are scams, so, it works out in the end. So, what scrolls are you looking for? I have some of invisibility, or some more healing. Would you like to look youthful for a day, perhaps?
Excuse
I'd
you.
like to hope that I look youthful.
You're looking at, yeah.
Well, I suppose this wouldn't actually do anything for any of you. It could make you look old instead. I have those. I don't really understand why these spells exist. I just know that they could be useful. They could be sold. So,
Well, right now, I am mainly looking for healing.
Well, I have this one here. He pulls out a scroll of Cure Light. Another one, such as this one. And I also found this little ditty sitting around, buried under something else. And he pulls out a scroll of Lesser Restoration.
Damn.
So, if you're looking to buy, would you like all three, if you would so desire? We could do a nice little bundle. I'll charge you 300 gold for all of them.
Meta question, how unreasonable is that? Because I have no idea how much the items cost in Pathfinder.
I think I could do a sense motive check to help you out.
Yeah, go ahead. You can do spellcraft to identify how much they should be worth.
Neither of these are very good.
I'll do sense motive, but I'm going to use one of my re-rolls with Blessed Infiltration.
Alrighty.
Wow.
Alright.
All right.
See, those rerolls are just getting more bad dice rolls out of the way.
I'm here to help everybody.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm a social character, I swear. Oh, goodness. You guys are pretty sure that seems like a decent price. It doesn't seem like he's lying.
And how many scrolls was that?
That was 2 scrolls of 2nd level spells and 1 scroll of 1st level.
I mean, if we're feeling pretty good about it. Admittedly, our party friends did walk off to go find some stuff in an alley.
You guys have your own personal money as well, though, and you can just fix that up later.
We just imply that we did that. How much gold was in the party funds?
Let's.
Sorry, I think you cut yourself off. What was that?
703 gold.
Okay.
Ooh, that is a little over half. Or just under half, I'm sorry. Math.
4 platinum, bunch of silver and copper. Do you want to pay
What
with
if we
pennies?
made it even more of a bundle? Because I know that my friend here was interested in that item that I don't remember the name of, and I'm going to go point at it and actually say the name because my character will remember the name.
Oh, well, that's my own personal. I am a whore. Could I order no one? Well, I could always make the trip out of the city. I've been looking to do some of that. Well, it shouldn't be for sale, but
Oh shit.
wow. Just look. There you go. So NVIDIA, with a little bit of help, tells like, this guy seems on the number. Those things are pretty useful because they are valuable to alchemists and the like. So you're like, yeah, this guy seems like he's actually pretty genuine. His concern about losing it. Well, I could do it. Do you happen to have anything interesting for trade?
You have a very fine establishment, and you yourself are very just fun. You're a fun person.
Oh, that's definitely the one I get most often.
If you'd like, I could do a drawn portrait of you that you could maybe use for marketing purposes, and therefore actually gain money from this transaction, or more money than you'd be losing by giving us a deal.
Well, I'm not particularly interested in that kind of thing. Not so. I don't even know where I'd hang it up around here. There's not too much need for aesthetics. People who know what they want come to me, and then if they don't, then they head off to some other city and die by monster attacks along the way. You know how it goes. Or bandits. Bandits are a problem. Would you like some anti-bandit spray? I do have some.
Anti-bandit spray? Is it mace?
Oh, no. That's entirely a different product. You see, the anti-bandit spray is, you spray it on yourself. You look like a filthy commoner, and then they're less likely to rob you.
Oh.
Very creative.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Alchemy is 50% creativity, 50% blowing other people up.
I'll remember that.
Sounds like 100% fun.
You are most correct about that one.
I might have something that might be of interest to you. A certain type of ingredient that might be kind of hard to come by.
Oh, do go on.
So I have two. The one that I have more of is, I'm gonna whisper a little bit, flay leaf, if you might be interested in that.
Well, I'm not particularly one for partaking. You see, my nose kind of got shot after it was burned off for the third time or so. But that does make for some fine explosives.
Maybe that's why that house went up so quickly.
Maybe that's what?
That is actually the reason, yes.
As I say, maybe that's the reason why the house went up so quickly in the woods. That we burned right next to the flay leaf.
Yeah, I could tell you some for, she used some different things for her Molotovs, but the flay leaf does catch fire pretty easily.
Oh, would you be interested in perhaps exchanging some flay leaf for those scrolls?
Well, I'm afraid I'll still need some kind of compensation. As interesting as it will be to work with the pure stuff as it is, could produce some interesting results.
Well, it could be pay and trade.
Well, of course. Well, if you give me an hour, or if you want to come back in an hour or so after you're done, I'm going to finish up with a few lost little pieces that I can use in my alembic. And then, yes, I suppose I will do the 300 gold for the scrolls and the flay leaf for the alembic, if that sounds like a good deal to you.
How much is the flay leaf?
I didn't tell him how much we have.
That's why I was wondering how much he thinks we're giving up.
You guys did not specify an amount.
Okay. Then, in that case, let's get that in writing, and we'll be back in an hour.
Would you like the scrolls now or later?
We'll take the scrolls now, and then we could come back later for the other thing.
Very well. Well then. Go be on your way. I have business to attend to.
Oh, I'm going to write out a little contract that stipulates if we're giving him a unit of, a single unit.
Unit of flay leaf.
Of flay leaf.
I'm
getting it in writing since we didn't specify, so I'm just specifying it's a single unit.
Alright. I'm just going to check. Does he have linguistics? No, he does not. He does not care. You guys can make this a decent deal for him, but he is not aware if you're trying to scam him through writing.
I mean, yeah.
Look, I'm sure there's nothing wrong if you do wrong by this guy. What could happen?
We're keeping it above board. There is now a signed contract.
Alright.
Everything is above board.
Yep. he casually signs off on it and then heads off into the back room, grabbing a few vials as he goes away. It's like, yes, that will do. So yeah, cross off the gold and write down what you want.
Do we want to just take it out of the party funds? And we'll reassign it later anyway.
How much was it?
300. And then maybe we just wait on Athos.
Alrighty. While we do that, I'm just going to do a quick bathroom break. So I'll be back shortly.
Sounds good.
Should we pay in pennies first?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We should pay in pennies first, if possible.
It was 10 copper for 10 silver for 10 gold.
Yeah, it'd be 100 copper for gold.
Question. So all our healing stuff was via scrolls, right? Not potions?
Yeah, I believe so. So 3 scrolls for $300.
Okay. Ideally, I want a single potion of cure light or cure moderate wounds, and from that single potion, try to work my magic.
Did he have potions?
Not anymore.
I was wondering if he didn't have potions at all. I thought he only had scrolls.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be from him. We can get a potion anywhere.
And back. He had a bunch of potions. He had much fewer scrolls. That's what you guys saw around the place.
Yeah, he didn't have any potions to cure light wounds though, right?
Oh, he said he had a couple and he could make more personally.
Okay.
But yeah. Cattell, you can copy from a scroll into your formula book if you want. It costs a small amount of money to do so. That's just in like special inks to be able to write it in.
Gotcha. And then do I get those special inks somewhere, or?
Oh, those are just magical stuff that you can buy anywhere, basically.
Oh, there's that. Okay.
Welcome back. So yeah, you could write that down. It won't steal the magic from the scroll. It's just stuff that you can do by default. Okay. The alembic is just useful because it can convert potions in the same manner.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, please note, you can't just use any potion though. Like, you can't start stealing wizard spells that don't belong on your spell list.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Athos. You head off to the Old Wall Barracks. Oh god. So much copper.
That seems like the slightly chaotic thing that NVIDIA and Athos would do, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, look, man, it works.
Hey, money's money. It all spends the same.
Exactly. Oh, goodness. He just has piles of fucking copper and silver in his back room now. Only adding more to the mess. So, Athos, you head over to the Old Wall Barracks, and what you can tell from out here, it's a tower that looks to have been part of an old wall surrounding the area. You have some vague history on the town, and you're pretty sure this section was the original Anatharius that later on expanded out further and further. judging by at least the architecture here, that's what this building is. As you head inside, it is old but well kept. This tower looks to be some kind of place for guards and militiamen to stay and relax. There's a small bar, but most people seem to just be sitting around and eating, a couple playing cards and the like. And from what you can guess, it's something of an inn leading further and further up. Different levels of the place used as rooms for people to stay in.
I'll head inside and ask for the captain. That was the guy I was looking for, right?
It was vaguely the name that you were asking for, but it wasn't. You're pretty sure that it's not going to be anyone actually in a position of power. So you go up and you ask that to the bartender. He looks over. He's like, well, I take it you've got something interesting, or want something interesting.
You could say that.
He's often in the back there. Just don't breathe it in. He just goes to shining a dirty glass, and you're pointed off in the direction of not really a trap door, but a low door that leads into a small back room in the place.
I'll put a silver on the counter. 2 drinks, keep the change.
He nods, grabs out 2 cups of ale, takes one, hands one to you, and hands. He looks over at the bird. I take it for yeah. He just keeps looking at the bird as Curran looks over at him. They just keep eyeing each other off. But eventually, you head towards the back, and you kind of have to get down low to enter into this door, which you can immediately tell was left unlocked. And inside is a miniature room. There is no one in here at the moment, but you're left sitting in front of this table that looks like it's not made for human proportioned people. Let's see. Where do I have this image? Excuse me for a moment. You hear some banging and clattering around coming from a second door nearby. So you're in this tiny room. What are you gonna actually do?
Very uncomfortable at the chair. At the table.
Alrighty. Yeah, you're able to just squeeze under there. Alrighty. So, eventually coming out from one of the rooms, the door that you did come in through, is this.
I love him.
There is not on offer.
Sorry?
There is not on offer.
Yes. Well, how are you doing then? Why have you come here?
that you're a certain person who acquires certain things?
I most certainly am. Now, what are you looking for?
Well, I always am looking for things, but I was thinking more of offering you something.
No? And what might that be?
I'll put a hookah and a bag of the
Yeah.
flay leaf on the table.
Okay. Looks over at you, looks at the hookah, which is almost reaching like halfway up to the roof in this tiny room. Oh, that looks like some fine craftsmanship. Well, I can certainly take it off your hands, and some others can enjoy what you have there. Are you well versed with the market value of this item?
Not entirely. The previous owner quite enjoyed a bit of a light.
Wise. Anyway, well, I'll do you a good deal then. We'll say, what, 300 gold for the entire thing?
That seems more than fair.
Very well. I'll have someone come and collect it at a later time. I'm not one for carrying stuff. So, anything I can assist you with?
Well, you did interest me when you said that you had certain things.
Yes. I have all sorts of wonderful things I've found wandering the realm. The master doesn't take too much note or care for these kinds of things, so I do not bother with them. What might you be seeking?
I don't suppose you have anything magical, potions, scrolls, wands, any sort of that thing?
Well, I have come across my fair share of items over time, and if you're looking for something, well, celestial, I might be able to provide. One particular item is quite interesting. I cannot show it to you, and it's far too valuable for that. So, I can tell you a little bit about it.
That seems more than intriguing.
Exactly. Now, you know something of the beings which originally worked within this region. The felinids, they are descendants of celestial beings, similar to the Agathians. There is a priceless item that I have come across in my travels, which is capable of healing in a similar fashion to the Agathians. My own powers pale in comparison to what it can produce, ever so tragically, but neither the master nor anyone here seems to have any use for it. Though, you carry the stench of death, but aren't too touched by it yourself, I see. I can see that symbol hidden, you may think, but not. You aren't hiding any from now?
Not particularly, although some people do take exception to my line of worship.
For good reason, I can assure you. Still, you not seem too untrustworthy, so I can leave it on offer. The price I'm asking for is likely a pittance of the actual object. 15,000 gold pieces is the price. It would certainly do wonders for funding the town in such a harsh time.
So was that 1,500?
No. 15,000. I would not sell it for something so low. This thing is certainly worth the price it commands. I saw you. You were eyeing off the mayor's bounty offer back when it was being demanded. I suspect you don't have that kind of coin, but most do not. This shall remain available for quite some time. So, if you're ever interested in such a relic, as it were, I'll be waiting.
Seem to have a lot of confidence that I can come across that kind of money.
I have a sense for these things. It's how I found the master originally, and over time, they may have found this gold throughout their entire life. Maybe you come across more yet.
Well, I'll certainly keep the offer on mind.
If the town does happen to suffer ruin, I'm sure in that situation that, well, the money will certainly be at its most useful then. If that is all, ta-ta, and I have things to sort out. Then the cat just kind of hops down from the other side of the table, walks around, opens the door with its tail and walks through, dismissively waving a paw at you.
Good to you as well.
Master, why was that cat talking?
I have no idea. You see many strange things in these areas. I was at first surprised there were large cats and foxes talking.
Indeed.
Just be glad that he didn't want you.
Oh.
Actually, do you think you're worth 15,000?
No, of course not. I'm worth far more than that. Wait. I mean, I'm priceless. You cannot sell me. No.
Very well. Well, best go out and at least notify the others of this offer.
Radio. You leave the hookah there, and as well as the whatever drugs that you were selling off. I assume it was the lot of the flay leaf. Yeah.
Except one.
He didn't know about that.
I gave him a bag, but I did have 2 bags.
Oh, okay then. That's right. You did keep a baggie for yourself originally, anyway.
They had to convince me to give up my personal stand.
The pie will have to do that. Anyway. You make your way out of the tiny room, and the bartender nods at you. Did you leave the other ale in there, or no?
You know, I don't think Corona's carried it out. So yes.
Okay. You head on out. You hand him back the glass and
Sends a nod your way. Look forward to seeing you again.
Same here.
And eventually the rest of the party meets up with one another.
All right. We'll tell Athos about our deal with the fox.
So how much flay leaf do you need?
Just one. That's what we signed on the contract.
He was all right with that.
I don't think he understands, but you know, we have a contract, so he never specified as well, so I don't feel that bad about it.
Very well. Well, just in case, you best take the last of it, and I'll give him the bag with the 4 remain. Then go just a second, and I'll take one out for myself.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Well, I managed to offload the hookah and the other bag of flay leaf.
Oh, nice.
If you don't mind it, I'll add it to the party funds to replace what we just used.
Yep, that'd be a good idea, so we can go ahead and keep the party funds full.
And talk to a rather unique individual who claimed to have a certain artifact of power.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it costs 50,000.
1,500?
1,000.
Oh. Well. Okay then. I don't think we have quite that much.
No, expect not. Especially after not seeing exactly if it's legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, with a price like that, you can be pretty sure that he is confident and that is well hidden.
That or he's a scam artist.
Scams are usually more believable if you lowball it at a price that people can't pay.
True.
Unless he's planning on scamming a king. But, well, it's probably not something we can even look into for quite a while.
After that. Well, let's maybe go return to our fox friends, get the last of our items, and then maybe take an evening to sleep, and then head on out to our next step.
Sounds good.
Does it sound good to everybody else too?
I think out of all of that, we still only have just a couple healing items. Did we want to see if there were more potions? Because I think those would be more easily accessible instead of just a place like the one that we've gone to.
I think the place that with the fox had 2 more healing potions as well, because we just got the scrolls.
Okay.
That being
Although we didn't
said,
know if they were potions.
They're scrolls, but I can work my magic and turn them into potions.
Okay.
Ooh, cool.
Does that preserve the scroll?
Yes, it should.
Okay.
That being said, for the moment, those are only extracts unless you have the brew potion feat. Do you have that?
I have the craft alchemy skills, or like the ability to brew potions, like other than extracts, like potions themselves.
Yeah, that's used for making like a lot of the typical stuff. That can make alchemical remedies, but not specifically potions. That is a feat to take.
Do I not have that?
Unless I don't think.
Potion feat.
Yeah.
Yes, I got that.
Oh, you do.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
you're
they-
fine. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
And if you want reagents for that kind of stuff, you can. Once again, you're in a big enough city, you can just buy them anywhere.
Okay. So then, yeah, I'll get some basic reagents to make the, what was it, cure light wound, cure moderate wound, and the lesser restoration.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
once you add those to your spell list, you can start making them yourself. A potion of Cure Light costs 25 gold to make, and you can do a couple of them a day. A potion of Cure Moderate and Cure and Lesser Restoration are 150 gold each in reagents, and they take a day each to make. Like you can only make one of those per day.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can make them, and it is a lot cheaper than buying them, but it's technically the same price as just buying a scroll. It's kind of weird. And they will be doing the minimum allowed for them, otherwise the cost increases very drastically, very quickly. So they'll be healing 1d8 plus 1 or 2d8 plus 3 for the cure moderate wounds, and lesser restoration is always 1d4 anyway. And you can do that for a bunch of your spells, more than just the healing stuff.
Okay.
If you want confirmation on which spells can work with that, just ask and I'll let you know.
Okay.
Alright. So you guys go back and get the for the Alembic an hour or so later? Alright. You walk in and you hear banging around in the back room, the distinct chugging of some kind of liquids, and the occasional smashing of glass. So go ahead.
I was gonna say, hello. Are you available? We just were coming back in for the Olympic, whatever we're picking up.
Yes. Hold on. I'll be out with you in a moment. You hear the sound of more liquids spilling around on the ground and distinctly being swallowed. Oh, yep. Oh. He walks out, kind of stumbling a bit. He puts it on the table gently. There you are. Fine, sir, madams, yes. Ha! Oh, boy.
You okay, bud?
Oh, yes, just going through the alchemicals and the like. You know, you're not supposed to down more than one of those per hour, but really, if you just force yourself, it goes perfectly fine in the end anyway. Now.
Okay. Well, we won't take any of your time. NVIDIA will take the Limbic first, and then put a bag of the 1 unit of the flay leaf, and walk away.
He picks it up, looks at it, is like, this right? What the hell? Do Lynn and Cattell also leave almost immediately?
Yes.
Lynn, I assume you also leave?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. He looks over at this and is like, well, I guess we'll find the rest later. Pulls out a glass bottle. Seems to make a makeshift bomb.
God. Okay.
What could possibly go wrong?
How many doses did we have left?
How many? I think you guys only gave him 1 dose.
Yeah, so
Right.
how many do we have now?
Oh, good question.
How many did we sell earlier?
We didn't, right?
Nick, as Athos did sell a bunch of them.
Oh,
Right. That's what I was thinking.
I think,
How did you keep yourself?
yeah,
He's okay.
I was about to say. I think each baggie was 5 doses. 4 or 5 doses, so he sold off like 5 of them, and then you guys got gave him 1, so you should have about 4 doses left, I think.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 3 because Athos kept 1 to himself.
Right.
So, I feel very uncomfortable with what just happened, and so I'm gonna grab another dose and just like try to sneak in and put it down next to him while he's very distracted by whatever state of mind he's in.
Oh yeah, you quickly surreptitiously sneak back in the store and just put another one down somewhere to look like it's being lost in amongst the mess that he has.
And then I'm gonna get the hell out of there.
Yeah. You can see a distinct extra layer of smog rising out of one of the chimneys as you guys are walking away. You think
I'm a little
he's-
worried this shop's gonna explode as we walk away.
I mean, by the looks of it, he's no stranger to that.
Okay. Well then, what are we doing for the rest of the day? Do we want to take a early rest and leave in the early morning?
Sure.
Yeah.
Do we want to go to Yuan Dao with what appears to be most of the other groups, or do we want to go to Tongchang?
I think that going to a place that has a positive view of Wuxian would probably give us more information about her possible location.
It's true.
Because they actually like her, and so she might communicate with them.
Yeah, potentially.
That said, are we able to just grab some potions of Cure Light Wounds? Are those more easy to come by than the scrolls and wand?
They're about as easy as one another realistically in the market, though the wands is slightly harder. If you want to roll for the wands, give me a D percentile.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Flat on the middle. Okay, with that you can find a wand, though it only has half the usual amount of charges. That is a Cure Light Wounds wand.
And how many charges is it?
That means it'll have 25 charges and cost 375 gold.
Can do
I'm
that.
okay with this.
Even without charges.
What was that?
Oh, I was saying that sounds like a deal even without the charges.
Yeah.
That's market value for you guys, because I think the most of the market stuff here is not worth doing too much with, you know?
Okay. Are we all okay with purchasing the one to Cure Light Wounds?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was 375 from the petty funds.
Oh, like we have exactly the right amount?
We actually have a 816 in it, so
Oh, okay, copy.
And then who is taking the wand?
I was going to say, I think everybody is actually capable of using the wand without a UMD check. so anyone can take it.
I can take it then.
Yeah. I think you'll do good with it.
I try to stay pretty far back anyway while Balder gets all up in their faces, so...
That is true.
The only problem is I think I have the least amount of HP out of everybody. But if I go down, then you could just pick it up off of my corpse.
Well, we'll just try to make it so that you don't go down.
All good. So you guys are able to find that easily enough. Alright, and where are you going to head off? The first oxen in for sleep as usual, or...?
I mean, that works for me. If the rest of you are okay with that, I don't need anything fancy. Tell, do you mind?
No, that's fine.
That's fine by me.
Good.
Alright. You guys managed the same kind of a situation as last time. One person gets a room that's decent enough and has a fireplace for everyone to sleep around, and then stay in there.
Alrighty. How much did that be
With what we did for the maths a little earlier, it's about 5 silver from each person.
Oh, 5 silver. Cool.
You guys aren't living it up too fancy.
Alright.
So, the next day will roll around. Is there anything you guys want to discuss in the privacy of your room at night?
I think that we have known each other long enough that I can tell you guys this.
Okay. Interested.
So obviously I am a skinwalker, and I'm able to shift into a tiger form. But my full name is Hadrazalin. It's not just Lynn. I just wanted to be cautious when I first started hanging out with new people. I just thought you guys should know that. I would still prefer to go by Lynn, just in case the wrong person is listening.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, does your name mean something, or should we know of you?
I am technically a princess from where I come from, but my family is really discriminated against, and my grandmother was actually killed when she was in her tiger form because they didn't understand us. So the reason that I actually left home was because my mother heard of what was going on here, and there were like some legends about people like catfolk whose tails were being cut off, and so she saw that there was strife here, and she wanted me to go here so I could learn more about it and see what was going on and how we could fix it, and maybe how I could bring that back home so I could fix things back home so that my family wouldn't be discriminated against back home.
Wow.
That's wonderful.
So, Hadrazalin, you said you're from Bajordalia and you're considered a princess in
Yes. In the town that I'm from.
Okay, the town. Okay. What specific area are we talking about? Because I have a particular interest in the country of Bajordalia, specifically the the like artifacts and relics of, you know, the God War, and I was wondering if maybe those are at all like known to you or your people?
I personally am not familiar with that. I was raised with a pretty specific purpose of fixing the shit that's wrong with my area, which I have my own qualms about, but I was mainly raised to focus on the future and fixing the way that things are so that, because right now, I mean, technically I am a princess in my family, and I was a princess when our family was accepted, but because we're not, we're pretty much just in hiding. So the focus has been more on making it so that we feel safe in our own home.
Ah, I see. So, are there individuals among your people who study those kinds of things?
Not that I was particularly close to. I know there were some scholars in the area, but not really any that I can think of. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Okay, and like Katella is like jotting down notes in her journal as this is all going on, just like looking up and down, like
And I'm
okay.
like, I didn't put this information in my backstory, so I have no idea. Why didn't that work? Don't mind me, I'm just
Yeah,
trying
you're
to...
okay.
If I do that.
Do you need another set of rockets? Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
There we are.
I mean, well, if we're sharing true stories, I guess it doesn't hurt for me to finally tell y'all where I'm from. Kind of gesture to the brand on her forehead, and I was actually well, for most of my life, a slave within the glorious. I mean, I'm sorry, not the glorious, but the Hob Empire. And she like purposely cuts herself off as she does it.
Anyone who wants to can give me a knowledge geography check to know about that area.
My usual knowledge rolls.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh god, I even had a +4 to that. Oof.
You've had 3 nat 1 rolls tonight.
You know, it's been a bad roll fest in this household over the past 2 sessions.
It just means it'll pick up eventually. Yeah, Coronas knows all about the area.
Corona's closing out on it.
Yes. The hobgoblins that destroy everything and burn it all. They work for another dark god. Really. Crazy things. But at least they don't delve into necromancy.
Right. Yeah. No, they're not the best, unfortunately, if I'm putting it lightly. Luckily, I made it out eventually. And thanks to some people who actually introduced me to the unasked kindness in paradise, I was able to sort of find my own way. And after, well, I mean, and she'll kind of like touch the ring that is hanging around her neck. Well, after meeting a couple people, I decided to take a pilgrimage out here and see the spire for myself and maybe kind of find out what I should be doing to help other people. We're sharing true stories, by the way, Apple. Where are you from again?
Oh, I I think that was missed. Do you want to repeat that?
Sorry about that. I said if we're sharing true stories, Athos, where are you from again?
Well, sorry, just let me bring up this notepad.
Yeah. Cronus will look down at you. Master, they have fought the undead with us. They have given them their rights. I think you should tell them at least something. They deserve it.
Yes, getting to it.
Hmm.
Truthfully, I am from Umbrus. As you know, rather unpleasant place, full of necromancy, liches ruling over the land.
I have been lucky not to travel through there, but I haven't heard very good things about it.
Well, most of them are true.
About it at all, actually. I was lying.
Oh my fucking god, how are we so bad at rolling?
Anything about the world.
Never gotten a good knowledge roll.
Oh my god. Don't worry, anything Apple says must be the truth because that body can't roll for shit.
I mean, I could do sense about it, but I believe him.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Ah, goodness.
Anyways, as a fairly young child, I had to leave along with my family. Religious differences, you see. The Umbrus, they practice necromancy rather extensively. And, well, although I may follow a certain dark gods according to some perception, I believe that the end of life is in itself an end, and that the necromancy is rather a perversion of the end of a lifeline, so to say.
I can get on board with that.
However, what was said before was a truth in itself. We have travelled from Mutadria. Spent some time
Indeed.
there.
Quite a bit.
You can tell I know a little bit about you and where you're from.
I mean, you know I'm from Helveski. I believe I've mentioned that. And I was traveling also to the Spire to make a little bit of a pilgrimage. I'm greatly fascinated by the spires, and I just wanted to lay sight upon one of them, at least in my lifetime. Oh.
Oh, there you go. You can say whatever you want, or
that statement is not untrue. You can tell there's more to the story.
I'm just gonna kind of stare at Cattell and then very slowly raise her eyebrow.
Okay, Cattell's gonna pull out a pocket watch because she feels like put on the spot, and she'll open it up and kind of like check the time, and you'll notice the pocket watch is engraved, and it has a little wording. I don't know, perception, who would be good enough to see it. Ah, shit.
this is the way you're on it. You can tell. You can make a sleight of hand if you want, but you do not have to. Up to you.
Nah, it's okay.
Good luck with that.
Why now? Whatever.
We all immediately focus on the watch.
So I feel like everyone can read that. It just has like engraving. It says happiness is the natural flower of duty. And she just quickly checks the time and puts her pocket watch back and goes, well, it's getting a bit late and I have some reading to do, so I'm gonna go do that. And she'll quickly get up and skirt out of the room.
What room are we in?
You guys are all in the same. You guys are sleeping in the same room to save money.
I just assumed she was going like to the common area.
Yeah. She can leave the room. That's no problem.
Eventually she's gonna have to sulk back though.
Yeah.
Lynn is going to follow her.
Oh damn!
Pursuit.
And in as gentle of a way as she can, say, if I'm able to teach you more about my history, are you willing to teach me more about yours?
Your history sounds much more fascinating than mine. I believe I'd be getting much more benefit out of that deal, but that sounds amenable to me.
Everyone has a story. And then we'll just go back up to the room.
Radia's waiting, like hoping there is something dramatic that happened.
Not unless Kel feels like calling out to her.
She'll walk slowly if you need to say something or respond.
I'm going to let her walk back to the room. And then she'll spend a couple minutes in like the common room, just kind of pondering to herself before eventually returning to the room, awkwardly.
Yep.
Lynn is just gonna pretend that none of that ever happened and cuddle with Balder.
You can tell Cattell is having an inner conflict because she's afraid to reveal anything more because she's not quite sure if everyone here is okay.
We've been traveling together for if there's a group of trustworthy people, I think we found them.
I would
There's
hope so.
Group of
Okay. Well, I just hope that you guys would understand the power of friendship, as it were. And if anything were to ever happen where you would say, I don't know, benefit financially from betraying me or information about me, I would hope that you would choose my well-being over your own financial gain.
That seems very specific.
Hypothetically, how much are they offering here?
15,000 gold, perhaps?
exactly the exact amount.
I don't know how much they would value me, but to keep things simple for everyone, I am kind of on the run, I guess you could say.
Should we be worried? Are you on the run from the law?
Oh heavens no. No. I have not done anything illegal per se. Technically I don't believe I've broken a contract that has yet to be made. No, I would not say I'm a criminal by any sense of the word.
So, if somebody was to come after you, who should we be looking out for?
I'm not quite sure, but the most likely individual, I imagine, would look a little, what's the word? I feel like skeevy is a strange word to use. Perhaps, smug, a bit of a snob. He's a bit of a class climber, to be honest, but,
Do we have a name that we should look out for?
Alphonse, yes?
What region is he from?
He's from Helveski, same as I.
Okay.
So we're looking for a smug, skeevy gentleman named Alphonse.
Well, we're not looking for him. Ideally, we'll never see him again.
Okay. Well, I think I'm relatively safe. If hobgoblins made their way all the way over here, I think we'd have much bigger fish to fry than little old me.
Thank you for sharing.
Well, if that would suffice for my background, then I think that's all for tonight.
I think we have one more story.
Oh, Balder.
I remember his story. What's his story? So, at home, I wasn't really able to shapeshift very much, but I really enjoyed being in tiger form because it always felt much more freeing and I was able to go out in the wilderness and I love the wilds. And there was one day that I went out there in tiger form and I came across this tiny little cub just curled up on the ground. Wasn't really sure what happened to him, not sure where his mother was, but he was very clearly abandoned. So I just took him home with me and then had a little pet tiger. My mom wasn't super pleased about it, but we made it work.
I mean, it's obviously very well.
He's a little champion.
Jonas, what about you? What's your story?
Coronis looks over at Athos. I have a great many deal of tales to tell over my scant few years of life.
Only imagine.
So many glorious exploits. Yes, that is.
Got it. I'm happy that I asked. I don't know.
Jonas, can you tell us a bedtime story?
But of course. How about the lich that didn't understand the terrible ways of necromancy? That's one of my favorites.
Does this end with the lich being smited to hell or something like that?
Oh! You must have heard this one before.
Yeah. Well, also to tell the story, NVIDIA is going to get out her sketchpad and she's going to draw a picture of the party kind of all just like sitting around together talking and stuff.
Yeah, you guys have a nice night sharing the fireplace, chatting about your pasts. Only for Coronas to give you a bedtime story about the evils of undead and how you should not be a necromancer.
Got it. Moral learned.
Ooh, I love this one.
Alrighty. So, we come to the next day, and at that point, the party decides what they're going to be doing. Where will you head off to?
I think we were thinking about going to Yuandao. Does everybody agree?
It sounds good to me.
Okay,
Sounds good to me. I'm gonna get a drink real quick.
got it. Nice.
Alrighty. If that is the case, how do we all feel like traveling there?
There are no roads, are there?
There is no formal roads, no. You can head up the trail to Inheon and then head west from there, or you can simply find one of the many bridges that go over the river and head up north.
It's almost half the distance to go. It's actually exactly half the distance just to go straight there.
Yeah, it evens out a bit just because there's no trail to follow.
Mm-hmm.
But it is faster to go straight north without going along the roads.
Speed is a concern, just because we do have a time limit. So I think we should just persevere and head directly north.
Is the river gonna be your problem?
I heard there were many bridges.
Okay. I was not here.
Hey, you're all good. Alright. So, you guys begin heading to the north. But something does pop into your collective heads as you come towards the river. This place, from what you remember, the water was polluted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And indeed, as you approach, you can see doesn't look right. It looks this kind of sickly, greenish brown color that seems a bit off for any other water you've seen in the region. You're surprised people are trying to draw from whatever wells take from this place, because it certainly doesn't look appetizing.
From which way does the water flow?
It flows from the east.
Going in this direction?
Yep.
Huh. Well, thankfully we got a trusty map last second. If I had to guess, I mean, we could go up the river and see if we can find anything, but maybe there's something going on in Enheon? Enheon? Am I saying that right?
Inheon, yeah.
Enheon? Is that something that we want to make time for? Because it is something that does affect a lot of people. Or are we more worried about making sure we get information about Wuxian right now?
How much time do we have left?
It's been about a week, right?
Oh, no, you have more than a week. So...
Oh, I meant like about a week of since the start.
Ah,
Since we
yes.
started here.
It's been it's been, I think, 8 days in total now.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have until... the mayor thinks the most likely time that Wuxian would attack would be somewhere around the 5th/6th week of your time here. So you have another month before he thinks that there's going to be an attack.
I think we have time.
We have, all right.
Indeed, and perhaps it might lead to some answers.
One of the things that Wuxian brought up was the fact that the river was polluted, right? Like that was one of her reasons for wanting to kick out the current government.
Supposedly, yes. That's one of the things that the mayor said that there was a list of demands made without ever specifying the demands themselves. And what you've learned from the town through your information gathering is that the water has been polluted and it has made some of the sick and the elderly worsen their conditions. There hasn't been any deaths so far, but this has been a problem that's lingered for the last couple of months and it's only growing more concerning.
I mean, it could be tied to Wuxian if she was trying to do something along the lines of create a crisis and then take advantage of said crisis. I mean, if we're all on board, maybe we do follow the road, follow the river, and see if we can't see a source. And if not, the source may be in Enhion. Are we all gonna head northeast on the road then?
Sure.
Yep.
For me?
All right, let's do it. All right, and we'll keep an eye out for any pollutants or reasons why the river would be green-brown.
Alrighty. You guys head towards the river and start following the trail that goes alongside it.
Sorry, the river goes down from Enhion, right?
Yes, it comes down from in here.
Okay.
And we'll just move over to, I believe it's this one. Yeah. So, you guys walk along, and once you reach the actual river itself, what you were observing was just from a distance, what you could see throughout the area. I'll just throw on a rough map over here.
Weeks.
So, the trees here look to not be doing too well. You can't tell if there's any kind of source of the pollution, but the trees are certainly steadily dying. Much of the life here seems to be fading over time. While the water looks kind of clear on this map, it's definitely this darker, murkier colour, and you can see that things are moving around in it. Large things, but certainly not fish.
That's concerning.
Something's alive in there, but what it is hard to tell.
Is the water giving off any sort of noticeable stench or smell that could be identifiable?
Give me a survival or knowledge nature check.
Ooh, what? Ooh, survival's a little bit better. God.
We gotta keep up these low rolls, man. You get into combat, you're gonna roll so high.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lynn's able to pick out that it's got this kind of acrid smell, like it's maybe poisoned or acidic in some way. Not like it's hidden in like someone would surreptitiously try and poison the water to let unknowing passers-by figure out. More like something is definitely polluting this water, but here it's at least somewhat diluted. Maybe it's not large enough in scale or the like, but it's hard to tell.
And then looking at the shadows in the water, can we see
what they're like, what they are?
You can give me a perception check if you'd like.
Okay.
Ooh.
By the way, as this is happening, Tel will grab the little vial and take some of the water into it.
Alright, would you like to give me a craft alchemy check while you do that?
Oh my god.
That's the fourth one! Oh my goodness. Oh, we need to get you some kind of fucking lucky feat, I swear to God.
Does that help at all? Because of my inspiration?
It does. Thankfully, Nat 1's not auto fails on skill checks.
That's true.
That's carrying you.
Use inspiration.
Oh my goodness. Alright. Yes, so... oh, sorry. Music died.
Uh-oh.
No, it's fine. We'll sort that out in a bit. With the craft alchemy check, you identify, like, just swirling around looking at it. This does, in fact, contain, like, some trace amounts of acid. And you're looking at it further and kind of identifying it. You give it just, you know it won't be dangerous. Give it a tiny bit of a taste. And you're beginning to theorize something about this. You think that this particular type of acid will melt through most organic stuff, but not stone. Not too sure about metal or other hardy minerals. But wood and flesh and alike would definitely suffer from drinking this. Perhaps at its source it'd be painful just to the touch. So while you're doing that, Lynn and Nvidia, you guys are looking out over the river, trying to find whatever these things are that are moving about. And as you get closer to the water's edge, they begin moving towards you faster than you may have anticipated.
Uh-oh.
And bursting free of the water is strange turtle-like creatures. Foul acid seeping from their mouths, as if they were somehow afflicted with a corruption that this lake possessed. Are they the source? Who knows?
Probably more a symptom than a source.
But they glare at you, a kind of feral look in their eyes. And they
Do you want to show us their health, or do you want to hide that?
I want to hide that. That's, we don't... It doesn't matter now, but,
I figured I'd just let you know that it's on there.
Thank you. Hey. Oh, that's what it was. It's been... there we go. You're supposed to be able to see the bar, not the number.
Copy.
It's fine. Yeah, they stare back at you. And if you guys want, we can do the combat this session. And we can roll for initiative now, or we can save that till next time.
Ooh. I mean, I'm down, but it's up to everyone else.
I should be able to do it.
Alrighty.
Very different roles.
Like I said, we're going to get to combat and people are going to have amazing rolls.
Gosh darn better. Until we get to another boss, in which case the
Oh
rolls
yeah,
are gone.
out of the window at that point. Come on, don't be
Somebody
ridiculous.
that Lynn does not want to kill, and then she's going to land every single hit.
Exactly.
Crit.
So painful.
mean, I don't know if I want to kill these things right now. They could just be, you know, feral due to the acid rather than being a source of it.
Well, anyone who wants to can give me a knowledge nature check on what these things are.
I use my monster lore +4 now.
Out of character, I think I know.
So that'd be 18, not 14.
That would be enough, and we'll just go through. Athos, you do indeed know, and you'll get a question about these things. Actually,
Well,
18
Kuro's
also.
not me.
Oh, Kuros, my apologies.
I don't know nothing.
Don't know nothing.
But Athos, are those kappas?
He,
Probably know more than Lynn did.
yeah, he nods. Yes, Master. They are the Kappa, but these are not normal. They are wrong. They are tainted by disease and malfeasance.
Yeah, poor guys.
I suggest you don't get spat on. That would end poorly.
You should go most days trying not to get spat on.
Not exactly one of my preferred things to do.
I'm just gonna do this real quick. Alright, there we go. The appropriate music is now going. Not actually appropriate music, but close enough. And we'll do these guys up. How, but whatever. Get a nice range going. Alright, NVIDIA. These things have popped out of the water and they look at you with cold, vicious eyes. They definitely are not happy you're here and want you gone. Or killed, one of the two. You do get one question about these creatures, and you know they are polluted kappa. They're an aquatic, monstrous humanoid.
Aquatic monstrous humanoid. Could I get a weakness?
Yes, in fact. These kappas maintain a head bowl like others. Should it be emptied, they, which you can do by pinning them and then using a specific grapple check to do so.
Okay, something I'm not good at. Okay.
Yeah. They will not be able to move from the spot. This isn't
Alright.
really effective while they're in the water because they can fill it up almost instantly. But you could try and forcibly empty it another way, but you can tell the tops of their heads, the water in there is disgusting. And if Catel's right, it may melt through flesh.
I'm gonna look at Cattell, then look at Lynn, and shake my head, then look at Athos and be like, if you're able to grapple them and pin them to the ground and empty their bowls, that would stop them. I don't want to be that woman, but I don't think the three of us are good at grappling.
Yeah. The party is not good at that.
That's a bit sexist, but point taken.
I'm just saying, from a practical standpoint, the three women are not good at grappling, myself included. I will, at the very least, since I got reach, activate Judgment of Sacred Destruction. I get 2 a day now.
Oh.
I can't use 2 at the same time, but I can do 2 a day at the very least.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then power attack with the glaive to try to keep it down there. Okay, better than it's been.
Is a hit, and
Wonderful.
It looks none too happy as you leave a vicious gash across the creature's face. Its blood spills out into the water below. A sickly reddish green. Alright. Anything else for your turn?
I'm going to take a 5-foot step along this ridge to sort of stay in front of Cattell.
Alright. You're able to keep your footing at the top of it for now.
I like that for now.
Yeah. If that's all?
That is all.
Alright. One of their turns. The one in the middle that didn't really approach anybody too directly is going to go ahead, swim about, and leap into the air to spit out a blast of water at Athos there. Alrighty, Athos, does an 18 hit your touch AC?
My touch AC is 10.
Just checking. Alright.
Okay.
It spits out a gout of filthy water at you, and you take 1 whole damage. Can you give me a fortitude saving throw? You are blasted by this filthy water, and it just gets in between all your armor, leaks into some of the bruised areas. Suddenly you don't feel so good. That stuff did not sit right with your body. But you soldier on, fine for now. And it does not trip you. You're able to withstand the force, even if you don't feel too well after it. Then it is Balder's turn.
Balder, I assume, knows that the river stinks, though he has enough self-preservation instincts not to jump in the water.
Probably.
I'd hope so. So he is just going to move next to me. And I guess that'll be it for him, because he is not getting in that water, and I don't think he wants to get close enough to potentially fall in.
That is very fair. Alrighty. This Kappa will jump out of the water like the other and shoot at you, Lynn. Does an 18 hit your touch AC?
Yes.
Alrighty. You take 2 damage. And you're able to keep at least your mouth closed and any open wounds away from whatever this disgusting water is. It doesn't feel good to be engulfed by, but you're fine.
By the way, I'm not on the list, but my
Oh, my apologies.
my roll was an 11.
Okay, sorry about that. Normally your one gets added on its own,
I know.
It's all good. Then it is your turn.
Is Nvidia in the way? Should I step to the side?
Nvidia is playing protection, but you are fine because these things are in the water lower than you.
Just to be safe, I'm gonna step here, and I'm going to shoot this one with my crossbow.
Alrighty, go ahead. That is a hit and a crit confirm. I told you! All those ones make for great combat rolls.
Look at the damage, though.
That's near max. Oh wait, no, that's... I forgot, that's just... God damn it.
The critical damage is the same. That's so random.
God damn it, I was so hopeful.
How did that even happen?
I don't even know.
It did multiply by 2. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, goodness. Oh, because it's 3 multiplied by 2 plus 1, yeah. The tragedy. Oh, goodness. Alright. You still land a solid crossbow bolt into the creature. It tries to turn and face its shell, but instead just has the bolt land square in its shoulder. Is that you done for the turn?
Yeah, I believe so.
Alright, Lynn, it is yours.
Do I have an angle on the one directly in front of me?
Yes, you do.
Okay, then I am going to do my pew pew. And please actually hit it.
Alright, you line up and take a shot, but it ducks beneath the water surface at just the right time, able to avoid the blow.
Okay, and then I am going to move back.
Alrighty. It is this one's turn. And Nvidia, you were cruel to it and slashed at it, so it's going to crawl up the little ridge here and try and swipe at you with its claws.
That's fair.
Alright. Does a 13 confirm the critical hit?
Damn, 13 does not confirm the critical
Okay. And does a 20 hit you?
though. A 20 does hit me.
Alright. So it lashes out at you with both claws, bringing up some of the water and whirling it about in its hands.
Gross.
Alrighty. So for the first attack, you take 2 slashing. For the second, you take 1 slashing. And for the first, you take 1 acid. And for the second, you take 1 acid. Wow.
I like it. What is that, 5 damage total? Okay.
Yep.
I don't like it that.
Yes. So it's split just because it is acid and slashing.
Right, nah, I get it. That's cool.
Alrighty.
Oh, wait, no, that's right. I do not have acid resistance.
I don't know. You may have picked it up somewhere. I don't know.
Oh, no, I was thinking of, I think traditional Asura tieflings do, but not the tieflings that we were using.
Yeah.
We got that fire resistance, which I forgot about last time.
Yes, would have been helpful.
It would have been real helpful.
Athos, it is yours. The one down here spat at you. That's just rude.
That is indeed.
Ooh.
Alright, you show him the error of his ways as you swiftly cleave the head off of this kappa.
Nice.
It falls back into the water. It's that sickly color of blood leaking out.
I'll turn to NVIDIA and give a thumbs up. That's how you jump the water rate?
That works too, I guess.
On that note, Nvidia, it is your turn.
Alright. I don't think we need to power attack this time, so we're just going to do a regular one. Ooh.
That is a hit and a kill. Alrighty. Like Athos, you managed to separate the water from its head in a violent fashion. That seems pretty effective.
Alright. And I'll move over there with my movement.
Alrighty. That one is dead. Boulder's turn.
Boulder's going to move forward and do the big chomp.
That is a chomp.
That poor baby. And I guess that'll be his turn.
Oh, good. Boulder chomps down on it. Yeah, he kind of spits out the blood of this creature and the flesh that he tears away. But it's none too happy with him and decides it's going to fight back. Alright, does a 15 hit Boulder?
AC or touch?
Regular AC.
Nope.
Alright, what about an 18?
Nope.
Alrighty. It swings at Boulder, but is unable to get through his newly minted armor. And that is its turn. And Cattell, it is yours.
Yeah. Go right here and shoot at the.
Alrighty, take the shot. That is a hit.
Woo.
While it's busy fighting the tiger in front of it, you manage to land a shot in its side. Is that you done for the turn?
Yep, I'm done.
Cool. Lynn, it is yours.
Do I still have a shot on it?
You'll have to move a bit to the side because Balder is in the way now.
Boulder, you jerk.
How dare he go where you command? Alrighty. It's being hit from both sides, but the creature is still standing. No,
Good for him.
looking none too well for wear. The blood spilling out into the river below. And Athos, it is your turn. And the final head of water is spilled into the river as the creature dies in one final swift moment. And thus, the battle is won.
Yay.
Alright. So, you guys killed these creatures. They just didn't have anything on them for what it's worth. It just seems to be they were hanging out in this river area. But there's definitely something wrong. Coronis and Video are able to confirm that together easily. Normally, Kappas are, well, strange creatures. Natives to the area. They live in lakes and rivers alike. But these things were definitely not normal. But it could be something to do with the amount of time this place has been suffering and it's affected the wildlife, not in an evolutionary standpoint, but done something else to them. So, hard to tell. But, Athos, you do not feel the best. A bit of that stuff got in your mouth and definitely doesn't taste good.
I think something's wrong with the water.
I think we can safely say that at this point. Nvidia will try to wipe some of the stuff off of her from where the Kappa scratched her.
Yeah, Nvidia, you know that that's also not normal. These creatures shouldn't normally be able to use acid as a weapon.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on here, and I definitely think that it's only going to get worse if we don't do something to help stop it. I think we should keep on going upstream and seeing if we can't find anything. Unless there's anything to find on these islands.
You guys could swim out and try and find something on them if you want to move through the water.
Touching the water does not sound like a good idea.
I think that one of us is capable of flight and might be able to scope out the islands, if he is willing to do so.
Crows doesn't seem to realize you're talking to him. Yeah. Well, I suppose.
Thank you, Coronis.
You're quite welcome. No. He takes flight and he lands over just on this one right here. There are trees and leaves and rocks. Kind of hops around, looks over at the rest of the place. Ooh, so there's some nuts on this one. Is there anything you guys want him to look out for in particular?
Anything that would... It's hard. Anything that would maybe be another symptom that could give us information or a sign of pollution.
Alright. He's smart enough to understand that as a concept. He looks around and he tells you that no, nothing that specific over here. Nothing so easy, at least. But he jumps and then begins to fly into the sky. He does indeed look down the river. It looks to be darker further down. This place, I think, is only part of what the problem is. Best to search elsewhere.
Well, it was worth a shot just in case. We appreciate your hard work, Coronis.
Of course. If you'll excuse me, I have some nuts to destroy now.
Eat those nuts, buddy.
He grabs a couple and he comes over to the kappa, just kind of like dips it on the kappa's hand and starts melting through the hard outer shell.
Cronus is smart.
Corvids.
Smarter than me.
Well, we continue heading northeast along the road.
Alrighty. You guys continue on the trail. So we're about there. Now, anyone who wants to can also give me a history or raw int check for memory.
Wow.
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 Alrighty. Lynn,
Have to roll the
yeah. What you guys do remember about this area is something that you discussed in town before. The areas to the east and west of Anapharis are both plagued by bandits. The Ogre Picken typically work somewhere around this area.
What area was that again? I'm sorry.
Just the one off to the west over here, yeah. Somewhat along the trail. You know that carts are often taken advantage of by them, and travellers attacked along the roads. There's certainly something to be wary of, but if you'd like, you could also probably seek them out in this area.
I think I actually need to call it for the night.
And that's all good. That's why I was checking if we want to do that last combat first.
Yeah.
Alright.
I figured it would be quick, so.
Nah, yeah, exactly. This is where I expected players to go, not not to the undead forest.
I mean,
It is actually kind of funny because a lot of the zombies and skeletons you guys fought are a lot of the creatures from this region. Specifically, this is intentionally done, and they have the relevant templates applied to them. So they're actually like scarier than half the people you will face out here.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh, it's just funny to think about.
Alright, well, thanks for playing. I will see you guys next week.
Hope you guys all had a good time. And have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good
Bye.
night.
Oh, alrighty. Alrighty. To anyone who came in or is going to watch this later, thank you. Sorry for the random disconnects that happened. And I hope you all enjoyed watching. Bye.